Watching Comics.
Hey guys, keep it going for yourselves.
Fun fact about her, she used to be the girl at Yankee Stadium in between innings, like, hey, I'm Tara, I'm up in section 234 and with the Joes from fucking Freehold, New Jersey. She did that gig for a while. And
Father's Day just passed this last weekend, and I'm real proud of my dad. Okay, this month he celebrates 10 years sober. Okay, he's not here, you don't have to clap, but no, I'm so proud of him. But my dad said that the hardest part of his sobriety was having to tell me that he was an alcoholic. Right? I was like, Dad, if it makes you feel any better. I knew. I knew. Like leaving for school in the morning, none of the other kids' dads were sleeping on the lawn. It's not a thing, okay? In my childhood videos, it actually looks like we're learning how to walk at the same time. He could never pick me up, but in my 20s, my idea of bar hopping was looking for him. He's not at this one? Okay.
Is it me or does she have huge hands?
She actually was the catcher at the Yankee Stadium.
she'll make Dennis Rodman's dick look tiny.
She caught 15 foul balls without trying, just no lookers. Got it.
If I first meet a guy that I'm interested in, we're gonna exchange numbers, and he tells me his first and last name, you're just supposed to give us your first name, and then we're gonna store you with a keyword to remember you by. Right? We have this in our phones. It's so easy. You go through my phone right now. It's like Frank, Miami. Tristan, Knicks game. Tony, just the tip.
Imagine she tries to put a finger in a dude's butt. It's gonna tickle her heart.
When'd your dad get in the room?
Just this last week, I went on a date. But one of the first things this guy told me was that he was adopted. And I felt a lot of pressure to like him. Because the first woman who was supposed to, no? You guys have a heart? No, it was so much pressure, guys. I got up to go to the bathroom and I was like, I promise I'm coming right back. It's kind of fucked up, I know. We all have that like one person in our family, right, that doesn't know they're adopted. No? It's you. No, like in my family reunion every year, we're like, is Mei Ling gonna figure it out this year? Do the math, you're good at it. But I just turned 36 this year. Yeah, it's like my vagina became a club, right? With a really bad bouncer. She just left anybody, and I don't know. I was thinking, though, I should probably get a red velvet rope and just start wearing it as a belt. Right? I can say things like, what's your name? Sal. Sal, I'm sorry, you're not on the list tonight. The only advice I got this year was to have a baby. Like, that's all people said to me, just have a baby. My sister's like, Tara, have a baby, they're priceless. I'm like, I don't know much about babies, but I don't think they're priceless. I actually think it costs a lot to have a baby, right? I've already spent $800 trying to not have two of them.
Sometimes it feels like a therapist told me to do this, and it kind of has that vibe.
Yeah. I feel like with her girlfriends, she's probably a hit.
I thought she was fine. I would actually, unfortunately, no one passed you, so it doesn't really matter. My vote is pretty low. But
what do you mean? You're like at a rum and Bronx?
Wait a minute. This is the part where Mike Gaffney gives out his fucking phone number and Twitter handle to her.
I think she's fucking great. Come on.
Listen, she's way too amateuristic, way too, to be judged. She shouldn't be judged, is what I'm saying. She doesn't have enough.
Yeah, but she
put
herself here to be judged.
No, I'm not saying that.
I mean,
I'm not saying it like fucking I got a heart, asshead. I'm saying that she's not giving us a product to judge.
That felt like first 10 times on stage.
She's too new, man. She's way too new to get real critique, and the jokes, there's nothing there. There's nothing there yet.
All right, let's keep that going. Oh, man.
Is that a bolo?
I'm just going to say, yes, sir, it is.
Texas string tie?
I can't think of any place else I'd rather be. I'm old. I can't think of a place.
Patrick Stewart if he didn't get the Star Trek role.
Jean-Luc Retard. What's worse, Natty's unbuttoned shirt or the bolo tie? Or Ron Barber's shorts?
The shorts.
I think the shorts.
Okay.
Because this says to me he owns land somewhere. So.
I was on the train the other day and I saw a guy, I thought I was a comedian, so I gave him that international symbol for, are you a comic?
What, you blew him?
Yeah, what the fuck was that? I need to run into this guy on
Is
the
that the
train.
international symbol where you blow each other?
Hey, I want to hear how bad this is.
Guy got really excited and came over to me, and as he got about 3 feet away from me, I realized this was not the guy I thought it was. And this guy thought I was offering him a blowjob. There is no way to gracefully extricate yourself from that situation. So I blew him.
Don't forget the balls. Don't forget the balls.
I
Here comes
jerked
the
him
balls.
off, but he wasn't a comic. It was weird.
And then boom, right in the ass.
I am going through real financial hardship at the moment.
I believe it.
I've had to move back in with my parents. They're dead. So it's really creepy. No, I quit my job 3.5 years ago in anticipation of the 2012 apocalypse. And the Mayans let me down. I mean, I quit my job, I slammed the door behind me, I said, screw you people, you'll never see me again. And that was really stupid, because I was working from home. Don't have a 401k plan. My retirement plan is Alzheimer's. I'm looking forward to it. Get to wear a new bolo tie every day. Get carte blanche to ask people stupid questions. Excuse me, is this Tuesday? Or a spoon? I am a background person in over 300 movies. The very first rule of extra work is you cannot initiate a conversation with a star. If they talk to you, yeah, you can talk back, but you cannot start that conversation. A couple of months ago, I get called in to play a mourner at a wake. An Academy Award Best Actress, Holly Hunter, comes over to me and goes, when they read the eulogy, you're gonna come and comfort me. So they call action. I walk over to Holly Hunter. I start gingerly stroking her arm. And then I whispered in her ear, I am so, so sorry for your loss. And she whispered back, thank you, you're so kind. You know, there is no punchline here, I'm just bragging.
Richie Redding, you're full of vitriol today with this one.
I think it's amazing that he survived the Holocaust, but he's not going to survive this cut. That's the way you do a Holocaust joke, new guys.
Mike Gaffney.
No. What am I supposed, you want me to come up with shit for that? No. Thank you, though.
Goots.
Look, I love Glenn. If this makes the cut, I love Glenn. I love him. But you've got interesting shit going on. You have a lifetime of interesting shit, and you're not talking about it. This is a lot of older people that get into comedy. They have interesting... You've lived for 197 years. You had a ton of interesting shit happen.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Tell us about
Don't
Jesus.
do blowjob jokes. What?
Tell us about Jesus.
Tell us about George Washington crossing the Delaware. I mean, don't
How many
fucking...
slaves did you own?
Because I guarantee you, when you talk about real shit and you make it work, it'll be funny.
Let's sit down, chew the fat with Richie Redding.
Yeah, I mean, comics, we just have an icebreaker that we're like allowed to talk to anybody. Like musicians, it's like, I'm going to fuck him tonight. With us, it's like, I want to talk to him. A heckler, I slept with a heckler, and like it was just like, you know, on principle that I was gonna bury it in this heckler. Do not do that. I actually had to get a temporary restraining order against her and almost press cyberbullying charges against her because she said that she was going to build a website that says that I'm gay and I gave her AIDS. And I listened to this whole like ridiculous rant, and then it was finally like, you're going to build a website that says you have AIDS? I don't think that's how blackmail works, but...
You track the winners, huh?
Yeah, strictly. It's super circuitous. I took the worst bomb of my life at this venue that it's a 20-minute story. I told somebody this story, and like, within a week he called me. He's like, yo, that venue's looking for comics again. It's a music venue. Do you want to do it? I was like, yeah, sure. So, and this was like 7 years later, so I went back and blazed it, and that guy, the guy that was the promoter of that, gave me his card, and every 4 months for like 3 years, I emailed the guy, and he never got back to me, and then finally it was, hey, you want to open for Cat Williams tomorrow? Yes. And it was 7,000 people in Philly, it was home court, and I killed the show, and I hadn't even seen Cat at that point. And as I was walking off, there's this little guy in the shadows in a purple suit, fur coat, fur hat, gold glasses. And as I'm walking by, he's like, "Young man, absolutely stupendous." I was like, "You watched my set?" He's like, "No, but I heard the crowd, and it was absolutely stupendous." I was like, "Thanks, man. I would love to work with you again." He's like, "I have you on the road, and that's my word."